Hello, today I'm going to show you how I did shader and geometry for this NPC's arms, legs and horns. And this is the concept art of this NPC. Additional smoke effects should be added. This is how it looks in T-pose. It has 2 arms, 2 horns and 5 legs. And in the center is skeletal mesh body. This. So arms and legs consist of 2 parts, the ribbons and the smoke tube inside. This is ribbons and this is smoke tube. So it has this violet purple lightning effect running along. Okay, and this is how it looks with animation. Walk animation, idle animation, victory, cast, and death. Okay, here you can see the finished geometry with bones and skinning applied. It also has the vertex colors baked for each ribbon and tubes inside, except for body, because body has another shader. Okay, and I have this bending animation, so to check how it bends in complex parts, like here in elbows and in leg bending. Okay, let's take a look how I did the arm. First I did just simple curve on top of sculpted geometry. Then I straightened this curve to maintain its length. Yeah, here. I use VX Code for that. Next I created the center tube. And this is groups of ribbons around this center tube. And all together they look like this. Here I have materials applied, merged it together, delete unneeded attributes, and a shape correction. And here I bake the final vertex color. Connectivity, class attribute creation, calculation of max class, and run through all connected primitives in VEX. And here I bake final vertex color. Alpha goes to red channel, 1 minus UVY is green channel, and ribbon ID is blue channel. The same is for legs, just the same, and here's output. And for horns. And all of that goes here in final geo rig, and this is rig, just chains of bones and skin mesh inside here. All left part is mirrored, and I add random ID and bake it to color G. All parts merged together, merged with body. I do capture correct here and export it to file, then import it back to cache it. And here we have bone deform. And some animation on bones. And finally I export it for animators here. Now let's see how I did the shader. So smoke shader and the ribbon shader is just the same shader, but with a little bit difference. They both has 3 sine waves, which is multiplied and added. A multiplied with B and added C on top. So each has its own amplitude and frequency and ID limb phase scale. So each limb, like left arm or right arm, it has its own phase scale to avoid symmetry of sine wave. Okay, this is distortion texture. Distortion applied to background texture, which is just black color, and to emission texture, which is this blue and purple color. It also has emissive color base and highlight, so it is unlit shader and it doesn't have any normals. But if we can change the base color and highlight color like that. It calculates the light position let's check it in shader. Okay, this is how shader looks inside. Here we have random from position. If we have many units or mobs or NPCs nearby, they will not have simultaneous execution of sine wave. The phase will be randomized according to its position, the position of each mob. Here we have sine wave A, sine wave B, sine wave C. A multiplies by B and C is added on top. Here I have global offset along the normals, and now it goes to world position offset. Here I have custom shading, which uses atmospheric light vector and reflection vector and dot product from it. Emissive texture, emissive texture panning, and here is main pattern. This is distortion pattern that distorts all the other textures. the main pattern which is foreground, and I have root tip opacity here. So roots and tips will not be visible. It's controllable. The opacity is controllable. Okay, ribbons shader has normals, and it is surface opaque default lit shader. So it has normals and metallic specular roughness parameters and base color. Emissive and world position offset is just the same. A, B, and C waves offset, and here I have unfinished inertia. The emissive just the same, but it differs with texture because UVs are a little bit different. It has three columns in UV. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 3 columns. Global emissive intensity is controlled here. Okay, let's check it with another animation. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Goodbye.